I don't know what's going on with Fox News, but there is something up because earlier today, they released this awful poll for the Senate candidate in Wisconsin, Eric Hovde. I don't really know how to say his name. And they revealed that he was losing by a lot, so much so that he had to say that, I never saw that poll.
I do want to, so you're running for Senate against incumbent Democratic Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin. So Fox News polling finds that 54% of voters say that they would vote for Baldwin. 43% say that they would support you. You say Baldwin has voted with the Biden-Harris administration 95.5% of the time. So talk to us about your Senate race right now and how do you make up ground?
Well, that's a surprising poll because there's been a bunch of other polls that have me and Senator Baldwin basically tied 48-48 or 48-47. So maybe it was an internet poll because the only time that we've had a poll that skewered was an internet poll. So I can't speak of it because I haven't seen the poll.
So he's on Fox News and he has to say, I haven't seen your poll. There must be something wrong with your poll. It's an internet poll. So Fox News is attacking Republicans on their network. It's a sight to behold. And they just did it again. Literally, this just happened minutes ago. I'm bringing this to you fresh. Here is Senator John Kennedy from the great state of Louisiana getting handed a lot of pushback from Fox News. Watch this. Real quick, the best way to support this channel and to make sure that as many people who need to see the message sees it, please hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Thanks so much.
She believes in strength. Our national security strength or weakness, that if we just sit down with our enemies and have a cup of hot cocoa and give them a hug, that they'll be nice to us.
I don't know if she suggested the cup of hot coffee. You raised a number of very clear issues, substantive issues that could be debated. I guess all I'm saying, for all the problems and calling her a loon and all that, and I get it. I know it's political season and that happens on both sides.
I didn't call her a loon, Neil. You're putting words in my mouth. I said she's a member. She's a member of the loon wing of the Democratic Party, and there is a loon wing of the Democratic Party.
What's the difference between the loon wing and being a loon? The only reason why I'm saying it is, if that is so, and you have a lot of American people who have now taken another look at her, and maybe it's short-lived, to your point, Senator, she is running even with Donald Trump, and I'm just wondering about the approach you're taking, and it's very artful, don't get me wrong, and you raise a lot of substantive issues. It's going to come back to bite your hinds, isn't it? Aren't you concerned about that?
I'm telling you what I think the American people think. It may not be what I think, and it may not be what you think, but this is Washington.
Then what do you think the polls that shows that she's running even with Donald Trump, regardless of what either you or I think?
Well, the polls that I have seen, the most recent polls, you can't just look at the top lines, Neil. You've got to look at the crosstabs. And if you look at the crosstabs and really drill down and see what people think, let me say it again. The polling that I've seen shows that many Americans think that the vice president is not a serious person. As I said, that she's a bit of a ding-dong. And number two, that she is a member of the loon wing of the Democratic Party. She's a San Francisco Democrat. She's just like Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez, except without the bartending experience.
First off, it's Ocasio-Cortez. I don't know what is with Republican men and not being able to say a woman's name correctly. It's Kamala, it's Ocasio-Cortez. Get used to it. And shout out to that reporter for actually pushing back on this guy, like saying all this stupid stuff. And it's so offensive. Like, who is, like, I personally believe, like, this guy doesn't even have, like, he's not even has, like, the stuff to sit with her at a table, let alone critique her like this. It's so gross. And I don't know if you clocked it, but here is his face when he starts getting pushed back. He was not expecting it. Look at this.
I don't know if she suggested the cup of hot coffee.
He's so mad. All right. It doesn't stop there. And then they go on to argue more.
The idea that we should have a law that says you can have an abortion at any point, no questions asked, even up until the moment of birth, I think for most Americans is a loon wing position. That's just my opinion, and but that's also what the
just to begin. No, you're absolutely fair game to make it. I'm just wondering how you think that will resonate with women when she is called nasty and crazy and a ding dong and all and disrespectful between you and the president, what has been said about her. I'm just wondering, do you worry how that comes across? And maybe you draw no distinction between a female candidate and a male one, then that's fair game. But that this could hurt you with female voters with these type of comments.
Well, let me say it again.
Sure.
The vice president is a candidate for president of the United States. I don't care about her gender, Neil. Maybe you do, but I don't. I don't care about her race. I care about her
Then
competence.
why call her a ding dong?
And I'm telling you what the polling shows. I'm telling you what the polling shows. And it does. And I'll be glad to sit down with you and walk you through the polls.
Please do, because I never know when it's constructive to call people names, Senator. On the left or the right. But
I'm sorry if it hurts your feelings, but let me say it again.
Senator, you keep bringing it back to my feelings. My feelings matter a little. All I'm telling you is if you think you can gain this November calling people names, I don't know how far that goes, left or right, but we'll see. It's still early, to your point.
Your feelings seem to me like they matter to you a lot, Neil, and I'm trying to be objective here. Let me say it again.
Are you really being objective, Senator? I just think you've got a bash-a-thon, a name calling at her. If you call that being objective.
A lot going on in that clip. One, of course, no Democrat believes that anyone should have an abortion up until birth. That's called murder. No Democrat believes that. I don't like that this reporter doesn't push back on it, but it is like this reporter is just trying to give him some comms advice in real time that it really is not smart to name call a female candidate. And I do think that women and people of color are going to pick up on this stuff. People are not stupid. They're going to be like, wait, if that's how they think about her, then what do they think about me? They call her a DEI candidate. They're calling her a loon. And you're supposed to be winning over voters. Win on your ideas. You don't win by high school name calling. Also, loon is just an old way of making fun of ding dong. And this is at a period when Kamala Harris is the most liked ever and much more liked than Donald Trump. So whatever they're doing is not working. So I guess what I'll say is, Republicans, this is not how you win. I don't want to give you free advice. So just keep doing what you're doing, because attacking someone based off the color of their skin and their gender and not trying to argue based on your ideas, which, by the way, you don't have any, and that's why you have to resort to this, is not a winning formula. But please keep going.
I know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?